One of the most asked questions I get in my one-on-one sessions and on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube is, how can I start to understand the Aussie accent? And look, honestly, it's a fair question. The Australian accent is as unique and proud as our people. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Aussie English with Amanda. I'm Amanda, obviously. I've got my lovely logo here at the back. So to those who don't know, I'm a certified English teacher specializing in Australian English and all of the really fun things that it comes with. Slang, pronunciation, accent, and just all the cultural stuff. One of the most asked questions I get in my one-on-one sessions and on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube is, how can I start to understand the Aussie accent? Easily, hands down, the most asked question. So, and look, honestly, it's a fair question. It really is. Like, I'm not mocking the question at all. The Australian accent is as unique and proud as our people. And I say proud because if you ever happen to say something that seems to be maybe the wrong thing about Aussie English online, people are very quick to point it out. Very quick to abuse as well, especially on Facebook. So I recently shared a short video, a reel or a short on YouTube about how the slang word for petrol is petty or petty, as this is something I actually grew up saying on the mid-north coast of New South Wales, and people did not like that at all. What the hell is petty? So yes, it can feel like a whole new language at first. And look, it is a dialect of English after all, isn't it? So today I'm going to be sharing with you my 5-step method to help you start navigating the Aussie accent with confidence. There is also a free downloadable guide that goes with this video, so you can download that in the description. It's all laid out there too. So let's get into it. Step 1, get familiar with the R and T consonant sounds that Australians use. So Australians speak with a non-rhotic accent. It's just a fancy way of saying that we don't pronounce the R or the R at the end of words, like in car or tar. So car becomes something like this, K-A-H, or in the middle of words, we also don't say it either. Think of start, alarm, and internet. So there are some exceptions to this rule. When you have a R sound and the next sound either in a word or at the beginning of a next word is a vowel sound, we actually need to say the R. So that is why I don't say we never say it, because we do. Think about the word pronounce. Australia, rhotic, the sound, not the spelling, R-O, rhotic. Free. These are all examples of when R is followed by a vowel sound in a word. So what happens when you have a word ending in R and the next word starts with a vowel sound? So word boundaries. We use something called a linking R. We're just using linking. So I have done a YouTube video on this. It was my very first YouTube video, so don't judge. It will be linked up top and in the description as well. So for example, car plus alarm becomes car alarm, car alarm. Flour and sugar becomes flour and sugar, flour and sugar. Water outside becomes water outside, water outside. We also use something called an intrusive R, and this is actually where we insert a R sound when a word ends in certain vowel sounds like or, ah, and schwa, when the next word starts with a vowel sound. We insert an R in the middle of those two words. So I've done a YouTube video on the intrusive R and also another video on the other intrusive sounds, yeah, were, and a little bit about R in there as well. For example, I saw it becomes I saw it. I saw it. You can see my mouth here. Draw a picture becomes draw a picture. This day spa is nice. This day spa is nice. You can hear that R. Now, for the letter T or the T sound, Australians often use something called a T-flap or flapped T. So this is where your T changes into something like a light D sound. So it's not a hard D like you hear in dog. I won't get too much into it because I Also have a whole lesson about this, which will be linked again up top and in the description. So, for example, water becomes water. Water. Party, party. In the more cultivated accent, the t is sharper. I call that the true t. Whereas in the general and broad accents, it's that flapped sound. Water, party, water, party. We also tend to use a glottal stop. When a word ends in t and the next word starts with another consonant, we stop the sound here from getting out. So for example, can't believe it, can't believe it, can't believe it. Don't go outside, don't go outside, don't go outside. Let me see it. We're going to use an informal contraction here. Combine let with me, let me. Let me see it, let me see it. We're also using an intrusive Y here, see it. That's in that video I was just talking about before with the intrusive sounds. So these consonant shifts are part of the main key to sounding natural and also to understanding fast Aussie speech. Step number 2, understand Aussie vowels and tone. So vowels are the heart of the Australian accent. And they can get longer and more nasal the more broader the accent gets. Even diphthongs tend to be a little bit longer as well in Australian English. Like, for example, rain, A, rain. Fine, I, fine. Own, O, own. Now in the broad accent, these can actually change completely. So fine with the I diphthong can sound like foin, noise, and it's more nasal, noise. The O diphthong is actually pronounced more in the back of the throat with flatter lips compared to American English. Think about O, O. It's pronounced here. Americans, O. Oh no, O. See how it's more rounded? We say O. I'm probably going to butcher the British pronunciation of this sound. It's really difficult for me because you start off with a schwa sound. O, O. Obviously, that's very, very, very broad. It's not singling out any specific British accent, but yes, you have O, O, O. In younger generations, this sound is actually changing a little bit and it sounds like an R is added onto the end, which is why you get all those memes. No, no, which is more nasal. And basically what's happening is the tongue is almost lifting to create this R sound at the end of O, O. It's rare you'll find anyone over the age of 30 doing this sound, but it is changing as much as I don't like to admit it. So as I said, nasality also increases with the broad Australian accent. If you want to sound more broader, which people do, people come to me to sound more broad, add this nasal sort of sound. It means speaking through your nose. Think, hang on, how are you, mate? G'day. So in Australian English, like we just talked about in part 1, we don't always say the R. So that also includes at the end of the word, which we looked at with car. But when you have the ER or OR spelling, we tend to add a schwa sound on the end. So like colour, water, water. I've done a whole video on the schwa sound as well, so that will also be linked for you up the top and in the description. So learning and understanding these nuances does take time, but focusing on those vowel sounds and practicing the mouth positions will help your ear adapt to the sounds around you or spoken English around you, as well as help improve your own pronunciation. And if you do want a complete roadmap to mastering Australian pronunciation, check out my all-in-one signature e-course, Mastering Australian English. It's designed for international students, migrants, and professionals living in Australia or planning to move to Australia who want to speak clearly, confidently, and naturally. Inside, you'll find over 150 video lessons on every Australian sound, over 3,300 pronunciation drills, detailed vowel and consonant tutorial videos, lessons on connected speech, word endings, and Australian culture. Plus, you get 6 months of live group calls with me, community support through a Facebook group, and lifetime access. It is literally everything you need to finally understand the Australian accent, fix common pronunciation issues, and feel confident in every conversation, social or professional. If you're serious about sounding natural in Aussie English, this is the course for you. The link again, is in the description. And if you've watched to this part of the video and you're interested and you use the code ACCENT10, that's ACCENT10, you'll get 10% off just for watching this video. Step 3 is exposure to Australian media. So to truly get your ear tuned, you need immersion. I cannot count the number of people who have told me when I've asked them, do you watch any Australian shows, movies, podcasts, documentaries? They say no. When I get home from work, I just want to watch something in my own language. And I get it. I do the same in Hindi. But if you're only watching content in your own language or sticking to American Hollywood movies and shows, of course you're not going to understand the Australian accent. You need immersion. So that means podcasts, TV shows, movies, documentaries, social media videos, even just watching this is going to help. So the radio as well, you could be driving to work, switch the radio on. Anything audio, you name it. So any of these things is going to help expose yourself to the Australian accent and help you understand. My personal favourites of Aussie shows so far are Utopia and Fisk on ABC iView and Netflix. The Newsreader is on ABC iView. Bluey, that's bloody everywhere pretty much. Also, reality TV is really, really great too, as it's usually the least scripted compared to TV shows or movies. So it is a little bit scripted, but it's the most natural. With reality TV, you can really hear when someone's natural speech, intonation, and vocabulary come through. I actually have a free list of listening recommendations, which again, I'll put in the description for you. I also have a few short videos here on YouTube of other recommendations as well. So choose whatever medium you want to use and then you shadow. And if you don't know what shadowing is, it's a really, really powerful technique where essentially you try and copy a speaker's words and speech patterns. This method not only improves your speaking skills, but it also enhances other critical aspects of English like intonation, stress, pausing, pronunciation, listening, and reading. So there are actually 2 ways to do this depending on how much time you have. So the first one is no pausing. Listen to an audio or video recording. You'll have to do it a few times, read the transcript or the captions, and then try and repeat at the same time as them without pausing. So this method is really, really great for quick practice sessions when you're on the go. And it really can be done in just a few minutes a day. And the second way is with pausing. So you listen to an audio or video recording and then pause after each line or each segment that you want to copy. And then you copy their pronunciation, their tone, their stress patterns, any pausing they might do. And you do that for each line. You can even record yourself and compare the two. So this approach allows for deeper practice and attention to detail. Some tips for effective shadowing. So definitely set a goal for each practice session. So choose what you want to focus on. Is it that you want to focus on pronunciation? Is it the intonation, the way the voice goes up or down? Is it stress patterns? Is it the natural pausing in between words? So choose a goal. Then practice regularly to see continuous improvement in your fluency and comprehension. This actually trains you to improve your listening. It trains you to hear and reproduce linking R's, the flapped T's, the nasal vowels, all in a natural setting. It can also help you to remember vocabulary because of the repetition. Plus, it's fun and effective. Step number 4, get used to Aussie slang and informal language. To really help you fit in and understand locals, it's essential to learn about slang and colloquial expressions. Don't be scared to try and incorporate some, obviously, if they're appropriate for the workplace or not, but try and incorporate some of these into your speech. We are known for our unique vocabulary, including things like, hey, goin', which is just how are you? Brekkie, short for breakfast, and arvo, short for afternoon. Just be careful though, because there is a very fine line between using slang and overdoing it. So just see what feels comfortable to begin with. It could just be asking someone, how you going? That's it. Build up that confidence to use it, see what feels comfortable, and then try some more. Immerse yourself in Australian slang by interacting with native speakers, watching local content, and reading Australian literature. Could even be the newspaper. Integrating slang will not only enhance your accent, but also make your speech more authentic and relatable. And again, it will help you to understand others. And if you want to finally understand and use Aussie slang confidently, check out my self-paced online course, the Aussie Slang Crash Course. It's designed especially for international students, migrants, and professionals who want to sound more natural and fit in with locals. You will learn over 350 real Aussie slang words, idioms, and phrasal verbs. And you'll do that through videos, real-life examples, quizzes, and fun activities, including a fun slang story challenge at the end where you'll get personalized feedback from me on your writing and your audio recording. So whether you're at work, at the shops, or just having a chinwag with friends, chinwag means short conversation, you'll know exactly what to say and when to say it. Link, of course, is in the description. And again, you can get 10% off the Aussie Slang Crash Course using the code ACCENT10 at checkout. And step number 5, speak with Aussies. Speak with the people around you. So in the real world, the final and most powerful step is real conversations. Chat with the barista at your local coffee shop. Try saying, how you going? And use the answer phrase, not bad, when they ask you. Try language exchange apps like HelloTalk or even Tandem. Join a hobby group. You can find them through meetup.com is a fantastic website to try and find hobby groups. I recommend this website to everyone who asks me, how can I make friends? Or how can I find people to practice with? You can meet locals through events or social groups. As I said, try Facebook groups. So you can also have a look at networking events. I think there's a website called eventbrite.com.au to try and find these kind of events. Even after work catch-ups as well. All of these different things are going to help get you into the local community. Talking to Australians helps expose you to the different accents, the broad accent, the cultivated accent, the general accent. It helps expose you to informal language and slang. It helps improve your listening skills. It helps improve your confidence and speaking skills. These everyday situations help you test new vocabulary, your rhythm, your intonation, your pronunciation, your slang in real world context. And remember, Australians are generally laid back and helpful. Just show some interest, stay relaxed, be curious and respectful, and people will be happy to help and they'll respond positively. And if you want structured, supportive speaking practice, why not have a look at my group classes? We practice real life topics, work on improving your fluency, and we work on pronunciation together. You'll also get personalized feedback each lesson. So whether you're preparing for work, socializing, or just want to stop second guessing yourself in conversations, this is the space to build real confidence with Aussie English. Spots are limited, so check out the link in the description. Let's recap your 5-step path to understanding the Aussie accent. So step number 1, consonant rules, R. Your non-rhotic R, linking R, intrusive R. The T flap, that's the sound in water. The glottal T, can't go. Vowel sounds and tone, that's step 2. Your vowel length, nasality, using the schwa at the end of words, colour. Shadow Aussie media, step 3. So, shows, podcasts, YouTube videos. Step 4, get into slang and culture. So embrace the Aussie slang and informal language. Step 5, talk with Australians to apply your learnings. Don't forget to grab your free guide, 5 steps to navigating the Aussie accent, through the link in the description. It covers everything that we've discussed today. Comment below with the one Aussie phrase or sound that confuses you the most. I reply to every comment. I might even create some content around it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with any of your friends that are learning the Aussie accent or who are struggling to understand. This is your game changer. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, all of the things, and I'll see you next lesson. Cheers.